Hello everyone, I am Jesse, or GameOverJesse as all of you may know me. Here with us, Captain Bergerson and RMFH Gaming talk about the new Nintendo Direct. We have the Isle of Armor and the crowned Tundra, plus a lot of new Pokemon. Over 200 new Pokemon coming to Pokemon Sword and Shield. For those who don't know, this is our podcast, a bonus episode of the Hylian Gamescast that we refer to these as the side quest episodes because they're not official episodes. It's our way to discuss news for all of you and have you be a part of it. In the previous episodes, we've talked about our thoughts just going in general on the Nintendo Direct and everything that we loved or disliked about it, how hyped we were in general. We had our second video, which you can watch, that went up yesterday, talking about the top 5 things that we loved the most about Pokemon Sword and Shield's DLC. And now we're going to be talking about the top 5 things that we wish would be coming. Things that may be coming that they didn't show off, that is a possibility. And then we have a few things that probably not very likely at all, but we would still love to come. Whether it's something that could just be a tiny, small tweak or something really big, a massive difference, something that would completely change it to make it that much more amazing. So for all of you, we want you to comment below. Let us know what you would love to see come to the DLC. And this model of this expansion pack is very closely related to the way they did Breath of the Wild with the Champions Ballad and everything, because they had the first big pack of DLC, which came like 6 months later, and then they had the big DLC that came during the winter time. So I think that's what they're going to do this time with the Crown Tundra releasing in the fall. And then the first one, the first expansion pass, they're going to be releasing soon after E3, like the end of June. So I think the way they mentioned this is they talked about a lot of stuff that would be featured in it, but then they also mentioned that we would be getting a lot more news coming out between now and the official release date. So whether that is a Nintendo Direct or a Pokemon Direct between now and E3, to give us more information about what to expect from Pokemon, or they could just drop everything on us at E3, while Daniel and I, possibly Rick, are most certainly going to be there, just as we were last year, to play firsthand Pokemon Sword and Shield before a lot of people and give our opinions and our E3 review of it. And we're going to be doing the same this year with the DLC that they have and all of these new Pokemon. The one they're showing now, Daniel, has Triforces around its neck. Did you see that? And there is the Snow Peak ruins in the background, or a house that looks like the Snow Peak ruins. It's really crazy. I want to talk about it. And they promoted a new co-op mode and a bunch of stuff. They really pushed the multiplayer. They really pushed the co-op in this. So starting it off with my first thing. Since I'm talking, I'm sorry guys, but it is the co-op. Daniel was the first one that mentioned it to me. The first thing that came to this game that was like the one big thing that they added that was never really in any of the past Zelda games was online, like a real online multiplayer thing. But there's a delay, whether you're playing online with someone across the world, playing online with someone in your house, or playing offline but still remote play, remote connected. What's it called, Daniel? Local
wireless.
Yeah. So not even on the internet. Local wireless, where your switches are just connected to each other, playing with each other. Mm-hmm. Not online. It does not matter. Like, you could be right next to each other, local co-op. You could be in the same house, local co-op using internet, or you could be across the world using internet. No matter what, there's like that 1 to 2 second delay to where one person can move and then you will have to wait a second or two to see it on your screen.
I think it's even more than, I think it's like, if it were 1 second delay, it wouldn't even be that bad. I think it's even longer. I think it's closer to 5 seconds delayed.
Wow.
It's pretty bad.
That is bad.
I've brought it up a lot. Rick's heard it for about 30 minutes straight. Daniel's heard it a few different times on the podcast, and I think he's even mentioned it a couple of times himself, or at least thought about it late at night when he's sleeping. And he's like, "Damn it, why doesn't Jesse?" Yeah, and he's like, "Damn it, why doesn't Jesse shut up about Star Fox?" But Star Fox 64 3D, it's like, to make it quick, Star Fox 64 3D released almost 10 years ago, if not longer, on the original Nintendo 3DS. Not the new Nintendo 3DS, which was a lot more powerful comparatively, because it wasn't twice as powerful, but it was a lot more powerful to where it was like 1.5 or like 1.25, whatever. The point is, like, it was enough to where it actually made a difference in a lot of games. Like, Hyrule Warriors was unplayable on the original 3DS. But on the new 3DS, it was playable.
Right.
Like, it was a
For
game.
reference, this Star Fox 64 3D, which you're bringing up here, on the OG 3DS was July of 2011.
Yeah,
so it's not a new game by any stretch.
The point is, it was one of the first big Nintendo 3DS games that released, to where they didn't even know necessarily how to optimize the best for the 3DS or anything. And it had online video chat, to where you could talk to your friends online using the 3DS, not a smartphone with your Nintendo Switch, like you do now. Like, you need these to do it now, and they're still not video chat. The 3DS alone, running off of its very, 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 very weak and outdated, at the time it was even very weak and outdated CPU, because the Vita released alongside it, and the Vita was a lot more powerful. It like actually had almost HD games, where the 3DS was 240p, the same resolution as the Nintendo 64. 240p is not much. Like, the GameCube was 480p for comparison. Anyways, it ran the game in 3D, so it kind of like ran the game twice in parallel mode, so like each eye could see individual pixels. Long story, I said I would try to make it quick. I can't, because it just bothers me so much. My review on the top 10 best and worst of, I almost said Breath of the Wild, which is one of our most popular videos. We were talking about that a lot on our episode 100 of the Highland Gamescast. But the top 10 best and worst of Pokemon Sword and Shield that I made, I mentioned this, how it was a problem, because Daniel first mentioned it to me, and I was like, no, I see people running around in the field all the time, it's not that bad. And then I actually tried playing co-op with someone, and I was like, oh, like, these are people that, like, I'm seeing them run around, everything's fine, yeah, but like, where I'm seeing them run from is like where they were 10 seconds ago.
Yeah. And when that came up for me, my son and I were trying to play together, because we've got both versions, and so we had our Switches, and we're sitting on the couch next to each other. So it's not like there was any.
Daniel,
just the two Switches
beside you, try to download the update right now.
What?
The update's out right now, so if you have your Switch beside you, try to download it, so you don't have to wait.
It's in the other room, but
okay. Just a reminder.
I'll get it.
Because I'm updating.
If the Switches can local wireless communicate each other and run games like Mario Kart and Smash and not have that kind of lag, there's no excuse for Pokemon to have that kind of lag, you know? It's
even the Nintendo 3DS, you could, like, if one person had Mario Kart 7, you could play Mario Kart 7 with another person who did not have the game. They only had to download like 10% of the game, or like a quarter of the game file, and then they could play with you.
How big is this update? It's taking 6 minutes to download. That's quite a while.
That is way longer than any other Switch update.
Yeah.
Mine's done. Mine's.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And I've got I've got pretty quick internet.
Yeah.
That's
so,
weird.
anyways, my impossible thing, like, they could have literally just fixed it with the update. We'll see in like 10 seconds. they could fix it with the future update, since they're talking so much about the co-op multiplayer. But that is the thing that I would like them to fix. For my number one is make it instant 1-to-1, to where if I'm playing with Daniel and I'm moving my stick around and Daniel's just there beside me enjoying himself with his Switch, and he can see me moving around and it's not happening on his screen, and he's got to wait 2 seconds before it happens, then there's a problem there. That started out a bit dirty, but I tried to bring it back around.
If Pokemon Go can have trainer battles on your smartphone that are not lagged, then why can't my Switch do it?
Shoot, even connected over Wi-Fi, it should be able to do it.
It should. If my wife and I can sit and do a battle in Pokemon Go, and my phone's not that new. I have an iPhone 6. I'm like behind. Yeah, but there's no lag. Why can't my Switch
Did you say
do
this
it?
was the Pokemon you hated the most?
Which one's that? Oh, was that Impidimp?
Impidimp.
Yeah, he's annoying. I don't know. I don't like him. But...
we already got this video copyrighted.
I love Impidimp.
So what is your most hated, or not most hated thing? What is the thing that you would like the most to be introduced into the series with the DLC? Something that was either hinted at with the DLC, or like just a completely out there thing that you would just love for them to add in general. Aren't you supposed to be at work today? Do people at your work know that you do like they know you do the podcast?
Yeah, I don't think they watch it.
Okay, because it's like, didn't he call in sick? Just pretend to like sneeze every few seconds.
Achoo. But
Pikachu.
You stole my answer for that question, though, Jesse. That's what I would have said was the online stuff, because it's just.
Well,
if you're just someone that's sitting down and just playing the game by yourself at all times, then it's no big deal. But if they're gonna tout the option being there, it should work.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Even Pokemon Let's Go had a sort of co-op mode where you had the assist trainer come in. So I'd rather obviously have a proper co-op where I could bring my own party in, but I don't know. I digress.
With the Dusk Ball.
Oh, good.
Nice.
What'd you get?
The Impidimp thing that you hated.
Terrible.
Don't even let it go. Just
what's your answer, Rick?
don't even let it go. Just throw the Pokemon in the lake.
Just throw the whole Pokeball in.
Yeah.
Just cruelty over here. You guys are evil. Every Pokemon is equal, okay? Come on.
By the way, for the Zelda fans, Cadence of Hyrule also downloaded an update at the same time Pokemon did. So.
Oh, really?
For Zelda fans, check that out as well. That could just be for the DLC, though.
I'm pretty sure none of us, between the three of us, none of our viewers are Zelda fans.
None of us.
0. So don't worry about that. But Rick, speak. Don't let Jesse shoot you down.
Yeah. What was your number 2, Daniel? You never said.
What?
Your number 2.
Oh, I'm supposed to do 3. You only did 1, didn't you?
Yeah, but you didn't do 1. You said I picked yours, and then you never gave another.
Oh, sorry, Rick. You can't speak, I guess. I don't know, man.
No, because you just joined, so we're giving you your turn.
Buddy Pokemon that you can ride.
Oh yeah.
Ride Pokemon.
That was in
cool.
Pikachu and Eevee. Yeah. Maybe that'll be a future DLC thing. They'll make you pay for.
I want to fly on Charizard.
Because it's the same engine.
Much to ask.
they run on the same engine.
I just want a Charizard I can fly on. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah. Because the new Pokemon Master will be like, that's my gimmick. Get your own.
That's my. No, fair enough.
For me, my important one. I was talking about it a little bit earlier, and I touched on it, but I want the Pokemon Company to kind of address the 3% thing with the shiny rates. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was not intentional. From what I've read, they said it was a quirk. To me, I don't know if they intended it for it to be that way, but the fact that you can only encounter when you go and do the battles and you battle 500 Pokemon consecutively, and you get the shiny charm. I would think the way they wanted it to work was that you have a 1 in 512 chance after you've battled 500 of the same Pokemon to get the shiny. But instead, you have a 3% chance to get that shiny rate when you encounter the Pokemon.
You have a 3% chance to have a 1 in 512 chance?
Yes. Yes.
What the heck?
It makes no sense. That's stupid. Like, I don't understand why they would do that. So then everybody has now opted to do the Masuda method, which is extremely boring, which is just hatching eggs from a foreign Pokemon.
Did Jesse fall asleep?
So
no,
that's what I want to see them definitely address.
My battery is about to die, so I was saving my Pokemon so they wouldn't die before my battery died. Because I'm going to name that Pokemon I caught that you hated.
Don't name it after me.
Daniel.
Don't name it. No.
You named all your stuff after me, Jebby the horse.
This is true. My horse in Zelda. I named him after you. But okay, that 3% thing is whack. Okay, that makes sense why everybody's just hatching eggs all day.
Yeah, and I was wondering why I was having such a problem looking for my first shiny. I was at like 3,000 encounters. It was ridiculous with the shiny charm.
Oh my gosh. I see. I don't go shiny hunting, so I never encountered this, but I see everyone's posts on like Twitter of them just hatching eggs all day.
Mm-hmm.
And someone like took an elastic and like elastic their 2 Joy-Cons so that drift. Guy would basically forcing Joy-Con drift. And so that they'd be just like riding their bike in circles and hatching eggs. Yeah, pretty sure they just broke their Joy-Cons doing that.
I don't know what's playing, but it's not Pokemon.
You have to send Nintendo that link to the Twitter post when they send their Joy-Cons into them. Be like, hey, don't refund these guys.
Don't do it. They did this to themselves. Oh, it's terrible.
All right, is it my turn again?
Yeah, I'm just trying to process those numbers. 3% chance to get a 1 in.
What was your thing, Daniel?
Ride Pokemon.
Oh, ride Pokemon?
Yeah. What's it gonna be, Jebby? Cool. All right. Good one.
Okay, so I kind of got 2, but one, a quick one. Voice acting.
Yeah.
But it's too late for that. Well, like, it's not too late. But my whole argument with that, which I went into in, like, the top 10 best and worst of Pokemon Sword and Shield, is, like... And I know, like, they would probably have to repay them for the games as well as the anime. But a lot of games, it's like they have to go out of their way to hire voice actors and go through a lot of people, and it's a lot of time and callback and flying people around so they can get to a professional studio to record the audio. And then, like, if the script or the story changes, they gotta record different audio lines, and it's a hassle. But it's like all of the new Pokemon, which you mentioned, have like the 8-bit digital cries when they could have their actual anime Pokemon cries. Like Pikachu and Eevee have their Pika, and it's not like a
That's how every Pokemon sounds.
Yeah, like it's not a weird noise.
That's so sad.
It's terrible.
And it's like that's the least they could have done, is given them their actual things.
Mm-hmm.
And someone could be like, well, like there's hundreds, thousands of them, of sounds they can make, because like each one probably has like a few different cries, so you could be like, there's like thousands of different sound effects that they would have to make. And it's like, well, yeah, but like they already have to do that for the anime.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's some type of like stipulation where they can't technically use the audio from the anime because it's probably majority held by a different company.
Well, that's
rather than just Game Freak or the Pokemon Company. I'm sure there's some type of stipulation where they can't use it or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
like
because that would maybe bring those actors. I mean, I don't know.
Like 4 Kids
hire the same
used
actor
to do the English
to record new
stuff.
lines,
right?
But it's like
the voice acting like it feels so weird without having it. Like at least in the cutscenes, it feels so janky.
Especially the beginning one, like barbecuing. That was so weird. You just hear the sizzling of the barbecue, and everybody's just kind of standing there.
It's so awkward, right? Like during like NPC dialogue, whatever, that you'll just meet en route or something. I don't care that there's no voice acting. Like they could do it the Breath of the Wild approach and just have it in the big cutscenes. That would have been fine. But the one that always comes to mind is the Chairman Rose one at the very beginning of the game. And he's like in this big stadium, and there's like crowd sounds and all this stuff and really dramatic music, and he's just like and it's like it's just so weird. I don't know. I can't do it. It just feels too janky. So they could have. It doesn't even have to be that good. Just put some voice. It could be super campy, and that would be fine because it's Pokemon, you know. Yeah.
Shoot, Detective Pikachu had voice acting.
And it's like they don't have to spend they don't have to spend time
That's a
looking
good
for like dozens of voice actors, because they already did that for the anime. And all of the main characters that are in the game are going to be in the anime. Like Hop is probably going to be Ash's side companion, or like one of the main people in the game. Like that's how they do all the games and all the anime. So it's just like really weird, because it's like in like Breath of the Wild, it's like, yeah, they had to go out, find the right actors. It was a long process and everything, but it's like they did the same thing for the one stuff, right? So it's like, why didn't they?
It's not like Pokemon is some small indie franchise that like maybe they can't afford it. It's Pokemon.
So it's
they
just
got
like
money. they do.
They got some money.
They do.
But yeah, that was my thing, which is stolen from Daniel. So Daniel, what is your? I stole 2 of yours.
You did. I was gonna say the Pokemon sounds actually was my big thing.
Nice.
Like the voice acting is a big one too. But the Pokemon sounds, like I know a lot of people, even people who like I've talked to, or friends or fans and stuff like that, disagree with me on it, but I feel like they need to update the sound bites.
We may or may
Pokemon.
not have someone who voiced a Pokemon character in the anime coming on. And it may or may not have been like two. But one wasn't necessary. I didn't even know they were in Pokemon. It just happened they voiced Brock. But I talked to him because he did a voice for 𝐓𝐷
ask him
and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'll have to ask him hey, what was it like saying all those
eyes,
having to voice all those weird pervy lines that Brock is
with your eyes closed
spewing? Did you keep your eyes closed to get in character? Oh, poor Brock. But Brock's a hound dog. Yeah. He is just.
I bet he actually did end up with Can I ask you something, Rick? Daniel wasn't able to help me. This is serious.
What's up?
He just couldn't help me. He just doesn't know. I
have no idea.
I don't understand. So with my GameCube, see, I have this
Not this again.
4x5 monitor. Well, what is it? The aspect.
4x3.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
4x3. 4x5. What is it, Rick?
I'm pretty sure it's 4x3.
4x3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this monitor, and it's perfect for like retro games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's, you know, like there's the widescreen monitor and stuff. But like you have this,
He's using a GameCube as a monitor stand.
and like you see, I have my controller, right?
Okay.
And it's USB.
Why? he's putting it in the memory card slot.
But
He's Jesse, no.
it won't.
Oh, Jesse, no.
Like it plugs in. See, like
Yeah.
see, look.
Mm-mm.
Now it's closed.
Try the back.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried the back yet?
Yeah, unplug the power source and try plugging that in there.
There's a port on the back, I swear.
It's just too dark.
Okay, I got this. This is why they
This
invented.
video has taken a wild turn.
Also,
This is Pokemon, guys.
𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐿 in the chat.
It's not even plugged in.
It's not. Oh my god. It's because he's not using that GameCube for anything other than being a stand for his monitor.
I know.
And
I
it
know.
breaks my heart.
Well, I have these tools to work on it.
To work
See?
on plugging your Switch Pro controller into the GameCube?
Well, yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Usually people want to plug their... They're trying to like figure out how to plug their GameCube controllers
Do you know how stupid I am?
to other consoles. Usually they want to keep using their GameCube controller on the Switch.
This is how stupid I am, and this is the thing that I have to send to 𝐼𝐧𝐬. I have
Oh,
a bunch
no.
of stuff I gotta send to you guys. But, up
Is
here,
it-
this
what
is
is it?
this is the light thing that I had to send to 𝐼𝐧𝐬 that they sent me. So you can turn it on. And then like on this side, it makes it dim or brighter. You can't really tell on this. But there's one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one it is. So that turns it
Just-
more blue.
Breaking my heart today.
And then I guess it, like, you can't tell because I got a really bright light, but there's one that makes like a red light. And it's
Okay.
easier for your eyes. Do you know what eyes are?
No.
I have a
don't
couple
those.
of them.
I think I have some, but they're not very good, so...
Oh. What do you think of my... I just hit the monitor with the twisty thing.
Are you okay, Jesse?
I've been awake all night. I really... Do you see the start of my Daniel collection?
He's collecting me. He's making little figurines of me, and...
Can you
Putting
name
them
that
on the shelf.
Pokemon, Daniel?
That's Gordon. That's the name of the Pokemon.
No, like, it's a real Pokemon card.
Oh, I can't see it. It's too small. Well, now you just showed me the name of the Pokemon, but
I got it from McDonald's.
it's Lapras. You got a Lapras
Basic
card
Lapras.
from McDonald's. It's just Lapras, man.
Super basic.
It's that's just Lapras. See, and I want to ride on Lapras. I don't want to ride my bike on water. That makes no sense. I want to ride on Lapras.
Did you see? You guys are on my personal Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I posted a picture of like this and was like, "This is just the beginning."
Didn't you put it on Instagram too?
Yeah, but it like auto posted to Facebook. And
gotcha.
like someone did a close-up screenshot of Link just hanging up there. Like,
I gotta find that.
and they're like, they're just like, "What did you do to Link?" Like, why?
Why? Free him.
They're like, why don't you just put him on one of the thumbtacks? Like, hold him up with the thumbtacks where he's doing the thing. Like, why are you hanging him with...
Yeah. What did Link do?
Yeah. Also, hello, Geek Apprentice. You could have joined, but you said no because you're a loser. Daniel quit his job.
I did not.
So he could do... So he could do the Hylian Gamecast side quest podcast. Is that a good name for these side quests?
Yeah, that's sure. This is good.
Because that's what it is, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
You just like
so
take
good.
Like
Rick left.
Here's your normal mention of like here's your normal podcast. Like this is your mission, and then you just take like a right turn to do your side quest. But it's like the wrong turn.
I get. Oh no, it's the wrong turn. All you get out of this is a topaz.
Okay, so like the Isle of Armor and then the Crown Tundra. The Isle of Armor is something we talked about like armored evolutions.
Armored Mewtwo? Is it happening?
Because that's what we talked about.
Because they said they're going to be able to catch a bunch of legendaries, and there's some legendaries that are going to have new forms. And they showed off Zapdos and Articuno and Moltres with those new forms. And so Rick just came back. Actually, I'm just going to start that sentence over so he knows what the hell I'm talking about. So they showed off with the Crown Tundra that you can catch a bunch of legendaries. Some of them have new forms, like they showed Zapdos and Articuno and Moltres.
I thought those were like brand new Pokemon.
And they were totally those guys though. But
Ilias said take off your shorts.
Not his what? Not his shorts. A while back they had like patented armored Mewtwo and armored Charizard and stuff like that. So do you think that this would be potentially like some of the new forms that we're going to see legendaries with new forms like armored Mewtwo here, or what you think?
I think those would. So I said like I think the armored place, since it goes along with sword, shield, armored, because you wear body armor when you have a sword and shield if you're a knight. So you also
still waiting for Pokemon Gun, but
yeah. And then the other one, like the Tundra place, is more of a place where you would like go to explore. So I think the first DLC would be like story building and stuff that would go along with the story, where the Crown Tundra would be more of a world building thing. So like the first DLC is story building, and the second one, I seen that too.
It's Pokemon Gun.
there actually is a Pokemon. No. There actually is a Pokemon that goes with the gun thing, but it could be an arrow where it has like part of its hand or something. It like spits a dart out, or like a bullet seed.
And if they showed the G-Max thing for Inteleon of him like with a friggin' sniper.
Oh yeah.
So on point.
It's Pokemon Gun.
I straight up like because of that I've switched my starter now.
Just gonna snipe them.
And they said like they didn't say there was going to be more gyms, but they said there was going to be more challenges. So I wonder if it's going to be like Battle Frontier or
maybe
like what was in. I keep wanting to say Sword and Shield because I said it a billion times. The Master or the Island.
Oh, Master Trials? What?
The Island.
Sun and Moon?
Yeah. The different.
I don't know.
The Kahunas?
Yeah. I guess that's it.
Bad. I didn't finish Sun and Moon.
Any Smash news? No, it was only Pokemon. Although we predict that there's going to be a new Pokemon trainer in the DLC. because Pokemon Sword and Shield is so popular, they have to do something with Pokemon that's new in Pokemon Trainer. So I think they'll do one where it's
For Smash, you mean? Like a new Pokemon? Yeah.
A new Pokemon Trainer for Smash to where it's the new Pokemon.
Make Rillaboom Echo Fighter of DK.
Or they'll add in either a new Pokemon Trainer or just a new Pokemon. Like how they have the Pokemon Trainer, but then they also have Mewtwo and Pikachu and the rest of them. I think they'll either add in a new actual Pokemon, like this one right here they're showing, if you're watching the stream. Single Strike, Fighting type, Dark type, Rapid Strike style, Fighting type, Water type.
Right.
It doesn't say his name though, but he's like, they make a big deal out of him, and he's the trademark Pokemon for the Isle of Armor.
Urshifu or whatever.
But he's the one that they base the symbol off of. Anyways, let's get back to our conversation, because this was the last piece that we were going to end, and we've been talking for like 2 hours. 2 hours, 17 minutes.
About a 20-minute direct.
So, yeah. Rick and I did like a 6-hour thing of a 5-minute video once, so it's all good.
Well, that was that was long.
Yeah, there's a lot of editing for me.
Cubfu is the guy, and then he evolves into Urshifu. That's what it is.
But I think he could be a Smash Bros. Thing.
He could be a cool Smash fighter, yeah.
But, well, because he fits the whole fighting thing is the idea. And then he's water and fire type, so, like, he could have different palette swaps or whatever. Anyways, whose turn was it after me?
I don't know, man.
Let's go with Rick.
I'll go.
Yeah, Rick, go.
Mine, my last one's very minuscule, but I saw that they had a couple new updates to the Rotom bike. I want to see them bring Bunny Hop, bring the Bunny Hop and the wheelie back, and I think they could do this very easily. Games? Yes. What was it? Were they in? Was it Ruby and Sapphire?
This Rotom won't let you. He's too scared.
That's what I said.
If you have a normal bike, then it's fine. But Rotom's like, nah.
But I could see him doing that with like these 2 new areas. So like in the Crown Tundra, they could have like areas where it's really hard for you to bike up. So you would have to use the wheelie, and then in the
acro bike.
Yeah. The other one, you could do the bunny hop with trying to get across to certain areas or something. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
The acro bike is a bike in Hoenn. It is faster than the running shoes given to the player by his or her mother. Okay, so it didn't say much about it, but it's in Hoenn, which is 3rd region. 3rd, Pokemon 3, Emerald. That's with the dragon.
Yep. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Yeah. So that was in the 3rd generation, and they didn't put it in this one. Maybe that'll be in one of the updates they talked about. Hopefully.
Maybe.
So yeah, hopefully you're right, Rick. You got some cool ideas.
Rick is the man with the ideas.
Also, Daniel, did you see they're adding every single legendary Pokemon to the game?
Didn't we just? Yeah, I just was talking about that. Weren't we? Because I brought up Zapdos and no, Jesse, come back, Jesse. I broke his heart. I'm sorry. What have I done? Chippy,
you're so mean.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry, baby.
You could have joined Ilya, but you didn't. No. Finish what you're saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm kind of hyper. I haven't slept, so I'm like... Imagine, like, I wasn't sleeping. I was editing a video that was supposed to go up. And I completely forgot the Pokemon Direct happened, and I watched it, and then I got super hyped. And now it's like I'm in the middle of being hyped and wanting to do the video.
Right.
that we're doing right now, but it's like I haven't slept, so I'm also like, But finish what you were saying, sir, dude.
What was I saying?
Your thing about what Rick said.
Oh,
I think he was done.
Oh, you were doing your thing.
What?
You have to end the video. What was your final thing?
Oh. See, I don't know, because I mean, that's hard. I'm having a hard time coming up with things that we didn't already talk about, to be honest. I really wanted like more co-op stuff, but it seems like they put a lot more focus into it already. So hopefully the legs and stuff will be fixed, but because they're gonna have new modes supposedly, right? I don't know. I think and this seems like a weird thing, but there's supposed to be a way to trade. They talked about it near kind of in the end, very much in passing. I want to know more details about it really before nitpicking it. There's supposed to be a way to trade between like Pokemon Bank and Let's Go and Pokemon Home, and then the Sword and Shield and stuff like that. But I don't think there was any way to bring Pokemon from other games into Sword and Shield until this update. But it would be cool to implement that in some way, even if it's like Pokemon Go had like the Let's Go stuff, which was a little different. But I don't know, something. This seems like it kind of implement it, but
speaking of that, I'd love to see what the pricing is on Home. I'm sure it'll be the same as Bank, but who knows? They may up the price.
Yeah. But I feel like this might be like a step in that direction, but I need to look into it more, I guess, before really nitpicking it. But I don't know, it'd be cool to be able to bring some Pokemon from other games and trade them into Sword and Shield in a more... And having to go, I think, from Pokemon Let's Go into... Like, from what they said, maybe I misunderstood it. It seems like you would have to trade from Pokemon Let's Go into Pokemon Home and then into Sword and Shield. And that seems so janky. Like, because you already have the Let's Go games on your Switch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It will probably be that way too, because that's how I think it was on for all the 3DS games at Bank. Which sucked. You'd have to transfer your Pokemon like from Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and Omega Ruby to Sun and Moon. I had to throw them all on Bank, and then go into Sun and Moon and transfer them to there. It was a process instead of just being able to transfer from one game to the other.
Yeah. I think it just would simplify things a lot more.
It would.
Or maybe, at least on a user end, maybe it would actually complicate things more on the programming end or on the dev side of things, but definitely from a user end, it would simplify things just to be able to put a game to game and not have to go through Home. I don't know, but that's just my thought. Yeah, I feel like I'm nitpicking at this point, but
no, it's all good. Like I think some of us nitpicked a little bit, but I think we all had like some serious concerns that need to be looked. Like none of it was game breaking stuff that we talked about that needed to be changed. It was just stuff that like Nintendo always likes to bring up the quality of life thing, whether it's talking about a game or whatever. Like their whole program of like quality of life
1 second
merchandise or whatever. Like they had the vitality sensor,
the canceled vitality sensor.
Yeah
So
just things like that. Oh, also really quick, if we pause it here, the exclusive Pokemon for each of the seasons. I don't see their name here. Do they say their name? One is the Zelda Triforce one, and the other one is the...
Oh yeah, they did have...
He has the Goron Ruby on his stomach.
I'll just see. I know the one you're... Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was intentional or...
But it looks like the Goron Ruby. Do you see that? It's at the very end of the video.
Yeah, it does. It does look like it. And the crown one looks like it has like on its beads the little Triforces.
I got a vet issue with my dog.
Hey everyone, it's me again, 𝐅𝐴𝐿𝐼. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much more.